Hi, everyone.
Hi, welcome back. This is going to be a mini episode, the second one precisely, because we don't have the brain to do a proper one this time. So we thought to interview each other with interesting questions.
Yes, Vicky comes with this idea sometimes to just randomly do trivia questions to each other. And actually, this is such a nice thing. Also to get to know people and to just get some perspective of how somebody sees the world and who they are. So we were thinking, why not? Maybe we can give something with this too, or somebody can take away something from it as well. And you can play that with each other too.
I'll start with the first question.
Yeah, so let's start with the first question. What's a personality trait you thought was attractive at age 20 that now gives you the ick?
Do you want me to answer first? And you
Yes.
go. Okay, that's a funny one, I think. Since we discussed in our previous episode that I did not have standards for many years, I didn't really have any expectations from people, but I think I did really like long hair, which is not really a personality trait, but could be that. Yeah, some people consider their hair as their personality. And then someone who is very energized, but not, I don't know how to explain it, like a Duracell
Like all
bunny.
over the place?
Yeah, like always not calm, which is very strange because now it freaks me out. Yeah. Sorry.
That's fine.
What about you?
I would say that this typical bad boy type of a person who looks like trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they seem so interesting. But in general, when you're older, you just look at it, it's pure chaos and it's not interesting at all.
Yeah.
So what I liked back in a day, and I found it exciting because, oh my God, what is he going to do? And what is he going to do exactly? He will drag you into some bullshit. He will just won't be consistent. He won't be there. But for 2 seconds, you will feel very alive. And then the next few days, you are going to cry because you're not going to know where the person is. And they don't really give a shit about you. They give a shit about the adventure or the heat of the moment. And I don't find that attractive anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I did not recognize that, but I was probably too attracted to that. But yeah. Okay, then the next question, which is, when was the last time you were completely wrong about someone?
I'm not sure it was the last time, but I will use the memory I have right now, what comes first to my mind, because it means it's a strong one and it affected me. It was about a girl I met online and we bonded super quickly, super fast. We trauma dumped each other and so on. And I really thought that it could develop into a great friendship. And I was so wrong.
Yeah, I could also mention all the people that I placed trust way too quickly without them earning it. And yeah, but I think she was the last one and I had to realize and let it go.
Yeah, overall, sometimes friendships which you think are potentially looking nice, just not working out because they are just not a match. And on the longer run, you learn how much of a mismatch you guys are for one reason or another.
Yeah, I think that quick flame exists in friendships.
The love bombing in friendships.
Yeah.
Yes, it exists.
And when you both get very excited about each other, and then it suddenly just dies out because the dopamine is gone and there is no actually substance or commitment to maintain that relationship. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, next. What's something you used to tolerate in relationships that you absolutely wouldn't now?
Well, one thing for certain is future promises and not showing up actually in real time, like in reality. Inconsistency, definitely, lack of communication. And along with that, a lot of things that come with insecure attachment styles. So I think a lot of things. It's very hard to pin down one thing. Inconsistency. Let's box it that way. Yeah.
Yeah. It's true. There can be so many things. What I would say is that if we are not on the same priority to each other, that for one person that relationship is priority 1, and for the other is like priority 10.
Yeah.
It's such a mismatch.
Yeah.
Such a mismatch.
This is literally a Mission Impossible question, because you cannot, like, it's all of the things that don't help like a relationship to grow. We would not tolerate. So
yes, and it also depends on how much you healed since you had your last relationship, and how much you learned about yourself. Because you can repeat the same things over and over again if you didn't. But if you did, then you are not going to tolerate basically anything but you felt as negative in any of the previous ones, which is a huge growth process.
Or you thought was normal, because that's what you were taught, that it's normal. And now it's not normal. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question is, what's a small behavior that instantly makes you feel respected?
When I talk and they don't interrupt me. It's not about you. No, it's not. I mean, yeah. What? It's not about, I swear. I mean, this. There is no turning back.
But I understand. That's very, very strong point. And
because as I'm a very like polite person and I like to listen to others, people feel the permission not to let me finish even half of a sentence, because there are people who are really like dominant in conversations, and they always think that what they need to say is the most important, and they don't even let you start a sentence, not finish it, but start. And I had this so much in my life that I really appreciate if somebody really listens and reflects back on what I said without the interruption.
I know that way too well. I understand. And yes, I tend to also like interrupt people out of excitement, or because I'm afraid that I'm going to forget what I say. But interestingly, I don't do this with those kind of people you just described. With those, I think it's impossible unless you are speaking over them aggressively.
Like, those people I'm talking.
Yeah. Those people are just all about validation and making themselves heard, and they don't even care about actually what the other person has to say. They're not interested in. Imagine being in a relationship with those kind of people. Well, horrible. Anyway, I totally understand, because that's literally, I was in relationship where that was the case, and my partner would not listen to what I wanted to say. And especially when we were like in group settings, and I was always like left out, and that's a horrible feeling. Like, come on. Yeah. Well, for me, it's quite similar to that. I think it's being considered. and included. Not definitely in a conversation, but I think with those kind of people that just comes naturally. Where someone thinks of you to ask you for a plan or to ask your opinion or just think of you for whatever reason, and also include you in their life, sharing and things like that. I think that's something that feels, not sure actually, that's respect. That's more like bonding. So I'm a bit confused about this question, but it's an interesting one. Yeah.
I think it has to do with respect.
Yeah.
Bonding is respecting, like can be. That can be the same. Okay, next. Have you ever liked someone more in theory than in reality?
Story of my life. Everyone before. Literally. The fantasy in my head was 4K quality with Adobe 5.0 sound effects and everything, and 3D, 4D, and glitter and shimmer and all the effects you can imagine, which was not reality. So yeah. That's a painful question.
We all know. Yeah, we all know the fantasy we build in our head about people, and then we meet the reality, and it's not like that. And we are like, wait, what? That's not how I imagined it. Who are you? I know. Yeah. Yeah. I could say the same. I would maybe bring up one example, which was like, I don't consider it a relationship because it was like mostly online, and the person was a friend of mine when I still lived in Hungary, and I thought he was a completely different person, because when you are friends with someone versus when you try to like start a relationship with them, those can be two different type of people. Like they can be okay-ish friends, or like, not that close friend, but to hang out with sometimes, and they are super fun and they bring the energy and so on. And you have a different idea in your head about them. And then you get to know them in that level, because I think if you want to enter into a relationship with someone, they will show their real face sooner or later.
Yeah.
This was pretty soon. It was so different from what I thought it was, and it didn't work out. And yeah. So that was one. That's the last one I remember. Otherwise, I don't really have projections of people anymore, which would have been that strong.
That's cool. That's been changing for you then. The next question is, what's a red flag you once renamed into something cute?
Wow. I was capable of renaming every red flag cute if I liked the person. So that's not so easy to name just one. It could have been a whole palette of red flags. And it was like, oh, but him. Oh. So I think if we really like someone, we are capable of turning the blind eye, and whatever they are doing, you just, oh, but it's okay. You understand.
If you want to learn more about this topic, check out our very, very first episode where we talk about self-gaslighting.
Yeah. You can see it at the end of the video.
Yeah. So, something cute. I think it's very similar to yours. Yeah, I'm struggling to actually grab something specific. Messaging me or emailing me, reaching out, pushing, even though I have rejected the person already. That's a dangerous one, I think, for a lot of women.
Yeah, actually, now that you're saying, there were people who just never understood boundaries.
They just don't.
And then you interpret it like, but it means they care, instead of
they
just...
like you.
instead of just seeing for as it is that you communicated something and they don't respect your wishes.
Yeah.
Because there's what they want is more important to them than what you just communicated. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. What's a habit you pretend is harmless but actually causes chaos in your life?
This is something that I have not recognized for a long time. And sometimes it even kind of, I think, helped me. But lately, I feel it has a damaging effect because I'm unable to control it. Social media, scrolling in bed, on the toilet, everywhere.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes. It's so bad. It's so bad because even sometimes I catch myself, even when I'm watching a movie I'm interested in, I'm still reaching for my phone and I start scrolling Instagram and I don't even check what it is. And I'm like, stop it. And I just drop the phone. Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
It's like, pay attention. Jesus Christ. This is so harmful.
Yeah.
Really, I am trying to now put a time frame on how much I'm scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to follow it, and if I catch myself doing it when it's really not like allowed, then I just put the phone away. Like, no, I will focus on whatever I'm doing, and I don't need this now.
Well done. I'm still growing the seed for that in my brain, and I hope that I will manage. I think yesterday I also watching films in bed to fall asleep. So I know we agreed just to say one thing, but I had to because I was happy and proud that yesterday I didn't watch anything to fall asleep to. But instead I scrolled, but not as late as I usually do. So, but don't forget to subscribe on social media and follow us. It's the controversial parts of life.
Social media is so harmful, but please follow us. We are not harmful like social media, even though we are on social media.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that we as human beings have to learn to control ourselves and everything. So we can victimize ourselves and demonize social media and technology, but then no one is putting a gun to our head, hopefully, to scroll on Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform you're using. So,
yeah. So we agreed on this. Next.
Next one is, what's something people misunderstand about you?
Oh, well, I got so many times in my life that I am elevated and I speak from a high horse and I'm an arrogant person. Because when I'm trying to make my point to someone, to explain a scenario or trying to make them understand something, I usually do it in like third person. And I got this that it feels cold and it's not like it's intimate, and I feel like I'm stepping out of the conversation, which I'm actually doing because I'm trying to see it from above, because it helps me to organize my thoughts, and I really developed in a way that when I speak like that, it's with an intention of helping the other person, even if I'm direct, even if I'm calling you out. It's coming from a place of goodwill. And that's something what people in the past misunderstood, and they actually tried to use it against me. And even though I explained so many times that it's not like that, they were just keeping their own version. But then I realized that those are not my type of people who I can build anything with anyways, because they will always misunderstand me even if I already explained myself. So
the wrong kind of people for us will always misunderstand us. Can you give a small example, because I don't recall you ever speaking that way I'm curious. So maybe some people
You don't, because
will
you speak
understand.
the same way. For us, it's so natural, and we understand each other's perspective, and we don't take it as an offense.
Yeah.
And I think that's why for you it's not like that. But
can you still give an example so people have maybe the chance to see? Maybe they will relate. Maybe they will recognize that oh, I also speak this way, and then this is why maybe people misunderstand if they don't already know.
I don't know why this comes to my mind, because this was such a long time ago. But maybe it's because she was the first person who called me that. I think. There was a girl who was, well, in general, she was a very insecure person. She didn't like herself, which she said so many times. And she projected her insecurities on everyone else around her. And she talked very badly about her friends. And for some reason, I thought I'm going to be the exception, or I don't know. And then at some point, she talked about me behind my back too, but it came back to me. And I got so disappointed, angry, and I felt so betrayed that I just said it directly to her. I think I was very gentle, but I said that you could be such an amazing person if you could drop this insecurity and feeling little, because that's what blocks you from living your best life and being your authentic self. That you are so insecure and you are projecting, and you really just want to see the worst in the people around you who are trying to see the best in you.
Yeah.
And I usually talk like this when I'm trying to make a point, and that's when they say that, oh, this is so cold. And
but then how else are you supposed to say, with cotton candy and sprinkles and if you could be nicer, but what you have to name the specific things, that are the issue. That's the thing. That's called communication. Just people don't like to hear the truth. That's the problem probably. And even when you say it in a tone, of course, when it's written, people can project their own feelings already into it, or depending on their mood. But it's, even if you say it in a positive wording or positive tone, people won't be open to it if they are not open to feedback that way. Yeah. But I know. I also was told so many times that I'm arrogant and an asshole, because probably in the beginning, that when I first meet people, I don't immediately do small talk or those friendly things that people tend to do.
Yeah.
And then I need time to adjust first, to get to know the person. And I don't get so excited about strangers. Why am I supposed to jump into someone's, neck just because, we work together or something like that, or we were classmates? And then
I understand.
Yeah. And then same phrasing things, because I get way too clear and hyper focused on how to say things properly. So I communicate whatever is going on in my head, and then people feel that's way too harsh or condescending and things like that. And it could be, maybe it's something that I still need to look into, but it doesn't feel like the intention in me is not, it's, as you said, it comes from the bestest place of my heart, because if I'm communicating, that means I care about the person. And if they decide to take that as personal attack, then there's, there is nothing to work on there.
Yeah. It's true. Okay, next. What's one belief about love you've completely changed your mind about?
That I think we kind of touched on this one, but I think it's that it has to be very, very physically chaotic and exciting feeling and butterflies and that anxiousness in the beginning, because turns out that's just trauma response. So yeah,
That's it. Okay, then I will say.
usual, I know.
Yeah, very. Okay. So for me is that I think it came from my old avoidance self, that there will be somebody who will be so effortless and everything will be so perfect with them, and I don't need to adjust, I don't need to compromise, because they will just understand me and I will just understand them. And then I grew up and I realized that, come on girl, what the fuck was that? Like, a relationship is a work. It's a hard work, no matter what, no matter where. It's constant communication. It's two people who want to make it work and two people who want to make it last.
Yeah.
And that's it. There is no the one, there is no the perfect partner.
Yeah.
You work on being perfect for each other over time, but it needs so much time and time spent together, communicating, repairing, being there, being present, all this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. That's so cool, because I mean, I did imagine, but not as strongly, I think, as you did. And usually I tried to be the perfect for them, which never worked out. So yeah, I love that you mentioned that one. Okay, when do you feel most confident, and when do you quietly doubt yourself?
I think I feel most confident when I get a challenge in front of me, work-wise or anything else, and then I just realize how good am I at problem solving on the spot, actually. So it always gives me a lot of confidence. Like, yeah, I handled this very well. And then I'm proud of myself. And when I doubt myself is when I set a boundary, because I was a people pleaser for a very long time. And it's so hard to set a boundary and then don't feel bad about it later on. But I still set them and then I just deal with that feeling. It's like a little sting. It's not so bad as it was, but it's still there. Like, oh, but are you sure? But maybe you could have said yes, or maybe you could have blah, 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 blah. And then I just shush it and I say that this is the old wiring which is fading and I'm not that person anymore, and it's okay to set boundaries.
Yeah. I would say for me it's the same. Setting boundaries, that makes me doubt myself, is the little voice. Oh, I could have said it differently, or I could have been kinder, or oh, why did I say that? They maybe they didn't mean it. Same. And the other thing, because I also agree with the work one, but since you mentioned, I think I will say I think I feel confident about myself, if that's strange to hear, but I did not feel confident about myself. I had not I didn't have a visual. I didn't feel like I can make things happen. I didn't feel confident that I like myself as a person. I didn't even dare to say that. And that if I had to face dating scenarios, I didn't feel confident. I thought I did, but then I would get all like, oh, but maybe I'm not enough in some way, one way or another. And I would get very insecure. And yeah, I think that has changed a lot. And that's pretty awesome. Feels good. So,
Yes. Okay. Good one. What's something you envy in other people but don't usually admit?
Even though I have mentioned that I do feel confident about myself,
Yeah.
it's other people's ability to just go for things and maybe let that be socializing. Just to go and then just
that's
same.
That's same.
Right?
Yeah, it's some people make connections so effortlessly, and I'm like in my whole fucking introverted, awkward bubble, and I'm like, how do I even say hello? Like, what the fuck, man?
I said hello awkwardly, and
oh Jesus, like, or how? Why would I approach them? But with what question? And people are just going and whoa,
yeah,
and
they
they're
don't
just
care.
making
They
this
just,
connection. Yeah, that's so nice. I love that. I mean, I don't like. It's not like I don't admit it, because I admitted that for me it's something I wish I had more, but I don't. So it's the same.
Okay. And the last one is for now. What's the no? What's the most irrational trigger you've had recently?
Oh my god. There is a person in my life who honestly should not be there anymore, because what we had was really toxic, and he planted into me a lot of triggers in the years I've known him, but we're still have to see each other from time to time, and he is not doing that behavior in the same concept like he did during the relationship, but he is still himself, and he's still inconsistent, and he has all those same behaviors because he hasn't changed anything, and my body still responds the same like in the past. And it's most of the time I can catch it. But last time, I don't know, I think I was also exhausted, and I don't want to explain away myself and to like save myself from the situation, because it was not a nice trigger. But it all added to the factors why I couldn't hold it back, because it was such a scenario what I discussed with him so many times, and it's still like he doesn't hear me, he doesn't understand how it affects not just me but him too. And I got really triggered, and I need to work on that.
So do you want to share a little bit, even if not exactly the whole context, but just so we kind of understand what a trigger can be and in what way?
Okay, let's say when a person is not showing up for you and you feel that you're not important because they are not showing up, they are not consistent, they say one thing and they do the other. And he again say one thing and then do the other.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel the same like back in the day. Not important, not prioritized, not considered, not respected. And all this comes up and like, oof, just blow up.
Yeah. I think for those viewers who may not be familiar with trauma responses that much, it's important to mention that this is not like you shouldn't be torturing yourself because, or why do you still react after a certain time to these kind of things? Or why is this person still important to you? He must be probably, or things like that. It's not because of that. It's just if we spend time in a certain environment where we feel unsafe, our nervous system literally wires to feel threatened, and then we'll pick up these cues no matter what in the future. And if you don't have the chance to block this person out of your life, they're not going to change, and they're going to keep touching those wounds they created over this relationship. So it's inevitable, literally, that you will get triggered, and you cannot hold yourself perfectly all the time. Exhaustion comes into the factor, and it's not to excuse yourself, but it is a factor, as you said, and we have to be patient and try and find ways to self-regulate, as well as, if possible, remove this person or yourself from the person's life, because you need positive environment, not in a cheerful, happy way, but like a safe environment.
Only fart way.
Yeah. Do you remember that cartoon with the bears that had the heart and the rainbow on their tummy, and then they were shooting out all the
Yes, they were so cute.
That's what we need. No, yeah, safe environment, and even if not like a new partner, but then just not have that trigger all the time touching those wounds for you. Yeah. But it's okay to get triggered still. Yeah. And even someone else can touch the same point of that. So you also need to work on and look into how to feel safer eventually, but you cannot just make that happen from one day to another. Yeah, I know that too. Irrational trigger. That's very interesting, because we just explained why it's not irrational. So that was a tricky question somewhere. So I don't think any trigger is irrational, but we do need to. Yeah, we do need to look into why the trigger is being placed and get triggered, and what's the actual history of it, where it comes from, because we are reacting to an old wound at the moment, someone stomping all over it. Yeah. So, and I don't know what well, okay. So I guess I can mention something, is that I often feel misunderstood, which we have covered already. And then I think it happens still with friends. It happened with you as well, but I'm trying to either communicate or resolve it within myself. And it happens with other friends as well. And I do recognize it now more and more. And thanks to you so much that I can talk about these kind of things and process, and also you're a safe place for these kind of triggers, and I'm trying really hard to work it through. But even though it's you're in the process of getting to know someone, literally, and then just because the other person also talks about something, or they are phrasing something differently about the same topic, for some people it can come through as they are not being understood and heard. Mm-hmm. And this is where we need to look into that it's actually not about the other person. It's about us having a need and wounds in the past where people repeatedly did not want to understand them, either because they didn't have the capacity, or they didn't have the capacity, or it wasn't in their favor for some reason to even want to. And that's something where we actually have to understand that we have to be okay, that we know. We do not have to have definitely the validation from everyone around us that they do definitely see you and understand you. We have to be just confident and comfortable that, I know. And everyone else can communicate their views and everything. And then we have to self-regulate in the meanwhile. And then eventually your body learns to feel safe. Yeah. Because we are not jumping around, why they are not understanding me? Where you can bang on a closed door if it's not opened for you normally, because they don't want to open up. That's just gonna make you feel unsafe. Yes. Forever.
Yeah. It's true, really nicely put.
So that was our Q&A session, if we can call it that.
Let's call it trivia.
Yeah, trivia. And I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us. Follow us for other for longer content and further questionnaires if you're interested.
And that's it.
Yes. See you next time.
Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.